Welcome back to the GSL. I'm Tasis, and with me is Artosis. We saw actually a very surprisingly exciting series between Nesty and his Terran opponent, JYS.
As far as I'm concerned, it could have absolutely gone either way.
Yeah. I did not think they were going to be that evenly matched.
Yeah.
For a minute there when I was casting that final game, I was like, oh my God, Nesty's going to get knocked out of our show in probably the biggest upset in GSL history.
We'd have some sort of curse about GSL champions going out early. You know, Freetler went out in the round of 32 last season.
Right,
so.
and then, to see if we were to see Nesty go like that. But I really hope that JYS does return.
I think he will.
For
Kid
future tournaments.
Kid was good.
He had game. He had a sick game.
Yeah.
A lot of variety in his play, too.
He'll be back. Don't worry, Tasteless. It won't be the last time you see him.
I was a little worried, but thank you. Your words bring me much comfort. So, now we go to another very interesting match because we have a non-Korean playing it. Our Taiwanese player, Sen.
That's right. I'm so excited for this match. And first, let's look at our Protoss player from OGS. It is Vines.
OGS, Spunky's team. Easily one of the best teams in Korea. He's a very, very strong player here.
Yeah, I watched him play at the qualification of the GSL, and he was quite good, I have to say. Solid Protoss player.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to see if he can take out Sen. Let's hope not. I love Sen, man. I've known that guy forever.
I know. I
have played him in Starcraft 1 like hundreds and hundreds of games.
Same. And actually, he has one of the best records against me personally out of any non-Korean player.
He's a legend of the non-Korean Starcraft 1 scene, an absolute legend. For those of you who have just joined the scene in Starcraft 2, Sen is amazing. Always has been, always will be. A godly macro Zerg. He's beaten pro gamers in pretty much every tournament he's ever been invited to.
Yeah, he is actually really scary to play against. And in StarCraft 1, I mean, I think I've only beaten this guy like 5 times in my life. I'm not even joking. Out of like, I feel like somewhere between 50 to 100 games. His PBZ in StarCraft 1 was so good. It was back when I was playing just strictly Protoss. This guy was a beast.
That's right, and he's a beast now, and he was even telling us, you know, I am really good right now, but I don't know. It's an OGS player. It's very hard. Right now, Sen is practicing every day with Team Incredible Miracle.
Yeah,
so he is up there with people like Nesty himself, and he is getting to. And there's
As you can
Gimbal
see, a lot of Sen fans right here in the audience.
Yeah, our Scottish player Gimbal tried his luck at the qualifiers. Didn't work out for him, but who knows?
There's always next time.
There's always next time, Gimbal.
Yeah, we actually got a lot of guys out here. Girls actually coming out here too and competing. We have a lot of people, non-Koreans, who are flying out. You can do that too. You can come to Korea and participate in a qualifier. I mean, it's possible. Anybody can play in the GSL.
That's right. You know, the format is going to be changing now, though. These are the 3 open seasons, and we're going to be changing up. We'll tell you more about that later.
Yeah, we don't have time to talk about that now, but we're going to have a new format very soon.
Yeah.
But point being, all these people at this tournament, all they had to do was play in a qualifier.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Sen came over. He did it. Playing OGS Vines. He's been practicing with Incredible Miracle. That is awesome to hear. I think we're going to see great things out of Sen, but OGS Vines, he cannot be underestimated.
No.
The ZVP matchup, all Zergs agree, it's the hard matchup.
It certainly is for the Zerg.
A lot of Zergs all over the world having a really hard time against Protoss right now, but we'll have to see. You know, it's Sen, man. If anyone can beat a Protoss with Zerg, it's Sen.
Sen is pretty good. So we're going to introduce our maps next, and from there we're going to start this game. I am really excited. I have to admit, in my heart, I am rooting for Sen a little bit. Because, you know, I
have to admit,
this guy's
I'm
actually
from a lot of it.
I've actually known this guy for so long and trained with him myself. So let's take a look at the map lineup first, though. First map is going to be Steppes of War. Next map, Delta Quadrant. And the third map is going to be Blistering Sands.
All right, this is actually really hard maps for Zerg vs. Protoss. I'm not going to lie.
Steppes of War.
That's a map that everyone thumbs down. And guess what? If you get a second thumbs down, you thumbs down Delta Quadrant.
Right.
These maps are extremely hard for this matchup. And Blistering Sands, it can be quite good, especially if you're a cheesy-style Zerg. It's a great map for a cheesy-style Zerg.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're going to try to play a macro game, it gets very hard. When it goes 4-base versus 4-base, it becomes extremely hard. You have to go Broodlord, Spinecrawler. Hopefully Sen knows that. We'll see.
We're going to find out in Steppes of War. The problem for Zerg on that map is that you're so close that if you were to make a round of drones and you see them attacking,
if they just randomly move out with whatever they have,
you do not have enough time for the next round of larvae to come in for you to make an army to defend it. So
you have to be so careful.
You almost have to stockpile larvae at certain moments. Send out overlords a spot for everything. Sack a lot of units.
You should normally have more units than you would have on a bigger map because you just have to be kind of ready for a push. Try to slow it down.
And that can be tough if the Terran does decide to turtle.
Or the Protoss, rather.
The Protoss, excuse me, does decide to turtle. I was testing you. Well done. Passed my first test of the GSL Season 3. But no, it's going to be tough. And we're not just saying that because we like this guy. This is actually true. I mean, all the experts
those first
agree.
two maps, they are very...
Sen against OGS Vine. Will our Taiwanese player make it, or will another victory be there for OGS? And once again, Artosis' computer does load last.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. You're sick. Over here in the top right, a member of the team OGS. Spunky's team, he is.
OGS Venus.
No, that's Vines.
Yeah, what did the voice say?
Venus.
Okay, yeah, I thought, I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
It's okay, it's Vines.
All right, down here in the bottom left, our player from Taiwan, an old school StarCraft 1 pro gamer, he is. Sen.
That's
simple.
Right.
It's simple.
Sen from Team Fnatic.
Team Fnatic.
Very
City's international team supporting them. Artosis on Team MYM, me from EG. We're just international dudes in the Korean scene.
That's it. Oh, look at that. Fancy new overlay.
Oh, look at that. Now, there's a lot of things Protoss can do on this, but most of them do involve putting heavy pressure on the Zerg.
Yeah.
It's a one-on-one map, so you can actually send a probe down here and stop the Zerg from actually planting the hatchery, which can be quite frustrating.
Yeah, so, and not only that, but I just want to point out, you keep talking about how the pressure is so good on this map, and it's very true. You know, the all-ins come so fast across this tiny distance, but you know what's scariest here, Tasteless?
What?
I know you're a Terran player, but the scariest thing is a Protoss that just takes 3 bases and timings you, because because there's no good place to really engage. You have to do it right in the center. Oh. It's a hard map, man.
Nice sneak play there by Sen. If you notice that, he actually hit the drone.
Sen kind of gamble here.
Yeah, that's risky, but it actually, well, so far it's paid off because it hasn't been blocked. But the question is, if the Protoss has a 4-gate timing attack, can Sen actually hold it? Or if the Protoss fakes and does a 3-gate fast expand, does he end up tricking Sen? And take a look at that. The drone moving back and forth over here to make sure he can't put a pylon wall up.
Forge going up, so he sees this, he wants to kill it. He's going to try a Cannon Zealot combination. Sen is trying to block the wall in, but the problem is that's not what he's going to go for. He's just going to make a pylon wherever. He'd like to make it there, but the Zealots are going to be there to try to stop any Zerglings. This is going to be hard, man. Those Zealots are going to get over here very fast.
Yeah, he's charging them out. He's not, or rather, chrono boosting out these Zealots, so he's not chrono boosting probes out.
Oh, low ground.
Oh, that's dirty.
That's some dirty stuff. He might even make a low ground cannon just so that, you know, he can guard anything coming up. Yeah, there it goes.
Cannon. He might have to cancel.
Now he might double pylon block.
Gonna finish right now. Now Sen has to hold this. He has to win this.
Yeah, this is not looking good. Here come a ton of probes.
Oh my god. He
forces a cancel.
Okay. Cannon.
He has that second Zealot. Oh my god, this is looking so bad for Sen already. Losing a lot of drones. There goes a cannon down. And, I mean, this is...
Cannon completes.
I dare say this is not winnable for Sen. Or rather, his hatchery will be dying. I guess that's a better way to put it. Yeah. He can still fall back on 1-base play. But it really looks like he's going to try to bust this. I'd much rather he just says, forget it. And look at that. In fact, our Protoss player being very smart, looks like he is thinking about going home to stop any counters.
Back here at the ramp, he's going to have to wall this in. He might even want to wall it in with a pylon for now.
Yeah, if the Zerglings do decide to go, which would be a good idea. And
the hatchery taking some hits.
I like that Sen has realized that that hatchery is hopeless. Not going to try to battle it.
And here we go. Will he get a
Oh my god.
Nice defense. But he could
Zealots are right behind though. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's boxed in.
Sen, I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh god.
I'm sorry, buddy.
You're going to have to go to the next game.
You are so
soon.
dead. And, well, you know, he knew it was risky. He went for that hatchery first, which every Zerg by now knows is just gambling. But on a map this short, it's hard to imagine not losing the hatchery.
You can't really blame the Protoss for doing this kind of strategy, even though the map is a little bit too small. It's like, well, you know.
You know, he wasn't planning it. He just saw it and said, okay, forge.
Right. Yeah. We see what looks like he's just going to keep making lings and try to win it this way. This is just not going to happen, unfortunately. He's going for these Zealots up here. And he is taking out Zealots because, frankly, the Protoss player actually, oddly enough, the Protoss player had terrible positioning here with the Zealots.
Yeah, this was actually retarded. Well, it looks like he's still going to hold thanks to the cannon and probes. So, no, he did actually quite well there, bringing down the probes. That was smart.
Yeah,
but
I can't believe
he kept forcing his Zealots out to battle that.
Yeah,
try to keep them, you know, single file as possible. And Sen is just, man,
there it is, GG. He's done. He's out of air.
You know, the Protoss almost made some deadly mistakes there, but covered up for him by bringing those probes down. Good play. Sen just being really risky, knows that map. He was just saying, you know, steps. You know, it's
what are you
steps.
going to do? It's a tough map. Yeah.
It's a pretty bad map for Zerg vs. Protoss.
It's pretty difficult. But if you play Protoss, it's pretty fun. You're like, I'm going to get some ladder points.
Yeah.
I might get that GSL money.
I X that map off, man, because forget that map.
I haven't played it in a while, to be honest.
Everyone must exit off. It's like, no, everyone's going to thumbs this down in GSL anyways. Why are we going to practice it? Thumbs down or gone, so.
Well, that's too bad for Sen. He does have another chance here. Another map, though, that's pretty tough for Zerg against Protoss.
Yeah.
Delta Quadrant. Tell us a little bit about that, Artosis.
It's close rush distances. Yeah. Unless you're cross positions, the naturals are so close together that it's similar to Steps of War in that way, where you're just like, oh, you're there.
Right.
And Zerg's like, oh. And not only that, the natural is kind of far away from the ramp.
Right.
The ramp is kind of far out. So it's hard to hold any sort of pressure there. Like 4 warp gate, it's very hard to hold. But at the same time, Protoss can tech and expand because of that back expansion if they want. They can just expand and then just hit random timings because you're so close. So it's a very hard map for Zerg vs. Protoss. This is why Zerg players are always thumbing this down. But it's time to start. We're going to see if Sen has something planned.